Why am I so passionate about Haiti? And how does that connect to So I Married a Mennonite? How have my Amish and Mennonite neighbors impacted Haiti directly? Stay tuned to find out. Okay, so what's the deal with Haiti, right? Haiti, Italian-American, Mennonite guy, what's the connection here? Well, it all started back in 1989 when I was 16 years old.
Hi, my name is Kristen and I'm 15 years old. I'm the youngest on the trip. What effect it had on me is that there's more to life than just New Jersey in America. We get so hung up into our curling irons and our hairspray and our makeup, but there's other people who don't have that. And I think if other teenagers or other people younger than singles go, that they can broaden their scope also to what else is beyond, New Jersey.
I went on a church mission trip with my church in New Jersey, and I was the youngest one in the group, and we went as a part of a medical mission team. Why was this young girl interested in fashion and theater going on a medical mission trip? I still do not know to this day, other than it must have been a God thing because it totally impacted my life. I learned a lot of things. I helped with line management, making sure people stayed in lines waiting for medical care. That was my job. But the impact for me was one day after we were working in this medical mission tent and we were walking down the road in a very impoverished area of Haiti. And a woman came up to me out of this group of 30-something New Jersey people, and she saw me. She walked up to me and she handed me this, what looked like a crumpled up dirty towel. I took it, and when I looked up, she was running away. I realized that this towel was moving. And I opened up this towel, and inside was this beautiful little Haitian girl. I remember pretty quickly realizing what was happening there, and I started yelling to the guys on my team around me, "Somebody help me, this lady just handed me her baby and ran away." The guys on my team, they ran after her and they got her. She came back and I handed her the baby, and she looked at me and said in Creole, "I thought you could give my daughter a better life in America." And it was like bang, right there. I knew two things. I knew that someday I was going to adopt a daughter from Haiti, and two, I knew I was going to be actively involved in some strange way and connecting to be a part of helping this country of people who deserve it just as much as I do, but we're simply born in a different country where the opportunity is less. So fast forward many years later, I am working at Sight and Sound Theaters. I met a guy who at the time was working in stage management, and he and I decided that we were going to lead a mission trip to Haiti. I hadn't been back in a decade more, and he had never been there, I believe. And we decided together we were going to lead this trip with actors, models, singers, dancers, and stagehands. And we helped out in this orphanage for a week of mentally and physically handicapped kids. Once again, that fire inside of me, like, what am I gonna do to help or to partner with Haitians to make a difference? It was very clear after the first couple of years of doing this once a year that just taking a short-term trip, it wasn't gonna be enough for me. Several trips into Haiti, we found an opportunity to teach English at a local high school. We were just teaching a class. And after this one particular class that I was helping to teach, a young high school student boy came up to me and he said, "Mrs. Kristen, thank you so much for teaching us English today. I'm glad I got to meet you because this will be my last week of high school." And I remember thinking to myself, this is January. School doesn't let out until summer. Is this guy just gonna quit? He's come so far. I looked at him and I said, "Why, are you quitting?" And he said, "No." And he undid the button on his long sleeve dress shirt. and he pulled it up, and he had all of these third-degree burns on his arms. And he said, "Mrs. Kristen, I have to pay for my own high school. There is no public high school here in Haiti. You have to pay for it." And he said, "I work in a plastic factory where I pour plastic bottles at night and then go to school in the morning. And I had an accident recently, and I have third-degree burns on my arms, and I can now no longer work. I've lost my job. Because of that, I can't afford to go to high school. Is there any chance that you will help me?" I just remember like being in that space of, me? I'm an actor. Like, what can I do? Is this even something feasible? I was always suspicious of this kind of stuff because I was taught, don't believe everything you hear and don't blah, blah, blah. I asked him to produce a document from the school the next day stating how much money he owes until he graduates from high school in the summer. And sure enough, knock, 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 he came back. He shows me the paper, it's $300 US. And I'm like, I didn't bring $300 US to Haiti with me for a week-long trip. And so I bought it to my team. We had a small team that year, 4 or 5 people. And I said, guys, I really feel like I'm supposed to help this kid. He needs $300. And the team said, well, how much did you bring? I'm like, I have like 100. And everybody got quiet. And then one of the people on my team says, I've got 50. And another guy said, I'll match your 100. Somebody else said, I have the rest. And we all kind of looked at each other and said, let's let Esperando get his high school diploma. And so that was how Esperando got his high school diploma, was us all partnering together with him to make sure that he was able to finish. Plus, he was sleeping at night instead of pouring bottles in a Haitian plastic factory. That was really significant for me. After he graduated, I got a letter in the mail. Mrs. Kristen, I want to go to computer college. We have one. This is where it's at. This is how much tuition would be. Are you willing to help me? And so yet again, here's that opportunity to do something very sustainable. I was able to collect money from friends, from family, my parents, my husband was very supportive. He was able to go to college and he got a certification in computers. Throughout that time, I really felt like it was more for me than just being a funding source. I wanted to mentor him and I wanted to teach him things that I learned from business. After he graduated with his certification, he said, Mrs. Herzog, you have influence here. I'm like, no, I do not have influence here. He said, but you can talk to people on my behalf to help me find a job or an internship. And so I kind of just winged it and started calling nonprofit groups and companies in Haiti. And that's how Esperando got his paid internship with Fonkosi Bank. That stipend that he received from his paid internship not only helped him, but it also paid for his family, his parents. He was giving to his church. He was helping others in his community. And that was all happening as a gainfully employed person. I realized that this is an education to employment model and it can be duplicated. And for me, that was incredibly exciting. After having such a wonderful experience with Esperando, we really saw that there are so many other Haitian young people who really not only desire education, but also really need us to help bridge that gap into employment. We started a student computer center where kids could go to college online in this center with all the infrastructure that is needed to have reliable internet and energy and security. And they were able to get degrees or certification in things like business administration, computer science, and even broadcast engineering. Many of those students went on after graduating to receive gainful employment internships and employment through our program. We also wanted to add Haitian pastors to the mix because unlike many American churches, the Haitian pastor really truly is the community service leader of the area. These guys are running everything from helping people with loans to driving people to the hospital to preaching 3 hours on a Sunday morning. So we created a pastor's training program program so that they could continue to help their local community. To hear how the Amish and the Mennonites are directly helping these people in Haiti, tune in really soon for the next episode where we're going to be going on location to Herzog Homestead event venue for an actual Hope for Haiti benefit auction.